Hey guys and welcome, thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel. I'm Mitch at Mitch Vapes, and today we're going to be doing a coil review on some premium coils that were sent over to me by a guy named Matt Dolby from MRD Vaping. They are premium coils, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a little vape, I'll tell you a little bit about them, and then we're going to go for a little uppy closey, show you all around, tell you all the details, where you can get them, etc., and then come back up and finish off. So, basically it is a dual core setup. I'll show you quickly there. It's a dual core setup running at 0.3 ohms. I've juiced it with my favourite Boss Reserve, my favourite juice at the moment. Absolutely love the stuff. So let's just see. It went down a bit. 4.6, okay. So yeah. As you can see, absolutely tons of vapour off these coils. They really do chuck the vapour. Big clouds, and the flavour is incredible. I've got them in my Mutation, get it to focus, my Mutation X V4 dripper, and as you can see I've got the bottom airflows plugged up. When you buy the Mutation X V4 full size and the mini, which I've also got, they do come with little silicone plugs, so you can just go ahead and plug up that bottom airflow. And the reason why I like that is you can put your build in, block up those bottom airflows, and you can just drip straight into your device. You don't need to take the cap off and paint it on. Some people like to, but it makes it much easier, especially if you're at and about, and they're not going to leak out the bottom, because there is no bottom airflow now, essentially. These are stunning coils. So what we're going to do then, I'm going to take you up and close, and we're going to have a little uppy closey with the coils themselves, and then we're going to come back up here, tell you where you can get them. Okay, here we are then, a little up close and personal with these coils. As I mentioned up in FaceTime, they are dual coil setup, and they are wrapped in parallel, and they are Claptons. If the camera will let me get in close enough, let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. So it is Clapton wrapped parallel with 26 gauge Canthal. The Clapton is 26 gauge core Clapton with 32 gauge, and then obviously, like I said, as I mentioned, it is wrapped parallel with that 26 gauge Canthal. As I mentioned, I've got it in dual core setup at the moment. They are wrapped, I believe, I would say around a 2.5mm bit or something, maybe. I'm knocking this build out on my Renegade series box, dual 18650, and let's just look at the ramp up time. I mean, they ramp up pretty quick. Get to focus. Come on, focus. There we go. I mean, the ramp up time pretty quick, and as you'll see, look, it's a staggered heating. So that Canthal gets in there and heats up first, and then essentially what happens is any juice that's left on the these bits here, the Claptons, anything that's left on the Clapton then feeds straight in to the Canthal. You can't really see it because obviously I'm burning them dry, but you'll see that they do heat up as a staggered effect. So the Canthal comes first, then that heats the Claptons up. Anybody that's tried to fire just straight Claptons, you'll know yourself that they do have a longer ramp up time, but having that Canthal there wrapped in the middle of the parallel just makes for a quicker ramp up time, plus also it helps for the flavour as well. So what we're going to do then is going to wick it, put some juice on it, and then we'll have a vape, and then we'll get back out to FaceTime. Okay, she's been wicked, and as you can see, just the standard straight through the middle wicking, nothing special. Tuck the tails in at the bottoms. So let's get some juice on her. Okay, now she's been juiced with my absolute all-time favourite Boss Reserve, and let's see how she vapes. Look at that. Clouds, clouds, clouds. Just chucks it. And you can see, if I sort of move the camera away a bit, you can see when you fire her, you can see there's Claptons really feeding the juice down onto the Canthals. It's not going to focus for me, of course it's not. But yeah, that's a little quick RP closey time then with these coils. So what we're going to do is get back out to FaceTime, Vapor, and tell you where you can get them from. So there we go then, that was uppy closey time with these coils. As I mentioned in FaceTime before, we got it on the Mutation X V4. You saw there that I had them set. They are the parallel wraps with the Claptons parallel wrapped with the 26 gauge Canthol. Absolutely stunning. They really are. As I mentioned underneath, they were sent to me for the purpose of review, so my say is not meant to be the final hammer of judgment, but they suit me, they suit my taste. I like to throw some clouds and I like to have a good flavour, and this has a really good combination of both. So, where can you get them and how much are they? Okay, so what you need to do is you need to head on to Facebook, which I'm pretty sure most of you have already got, and you're going to head over to the page MRD Vaping. I'll pop that down here, and get in touch with the guy Matt Dolby. Drop him a message. The people on the group are really friendly, and if any of you are on the group AD Vaping, then you'll recognise quite a few of the names and faces on MRD Vaping. He makes the coils essentially. So what you do is you go to MRD and you buy your coils, you chuck them in your favourite RDA on your favourite mod, and then you head over to AD Vaping and you buy yourself some delicious juice. I've got the Boss Reserve. I cannot get enough of this stuff. But anyway, it's about the coils. Out of 10, I would give them a good solid 8 out of 10. They're easy to install, they come really well packaged, and it's really quick delivery. The guy is really polite, and if you tell him what device to use in what mod, etc., even if you're not sure yourself on what sort of ohms you need to be shooting for, if you tell him what you've got, and he will run you through it and tell you exactly what you need, and he will build custom for your mod and your device. So that about wraps it up then. As I mentioned, I've been Mitch here at Mitch Vapes. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and until next time, keep on vaping.